Hello and welcome to Van TV Media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends to get daily updates.
Hello guys, welcome back to Van TV Media. If you're new, please just consider subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that in case we post any story, you'll be the first one to view. There is a question people are asking on where is the president of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara. Most of you may not know what happened in Ivory Coast. There was a coup attack in Ivory Coast from 19. The coup went to 20th, where it was so worse in Ivory Coast. But we've heard that information that the coup attack was not successful, whereby some of the military were killed. Army force was killed. This is the information that we found from different sources. Meanwhile, we have some of the clips where people in West Africans are talking about the incidents. Some of them are talking the real issue and others are just talking on some of the propaganda. But our main question here in Van TV Media is that where is the president of Ivory Coast after a coup attack that happened in the country on 19th to 20th?
We have some fresh details about the alleged coup that took place from 19th to the late yesterday in Ivory Coast. Now, the current fresh news that we have is that the coup failed. The coup failed big time, and as we speak, the president of Ivory Coast is already back in Ivory Coast. He's already now back in the picture, and he's planning also to meet his cabinet to strategize on a way this thing will never happen again. You just remember, this coup took place just moments after the president of Ivory Coast met General Michael Langley to strategize on a way they can plan on building a military drone base in Ivory Coast. That really made the military pissed off, and they had to arrange for a military coup which took place from 19th up to the late yesterday. As we speak, the coup was not successful. It was not successful. However, there was a lot of destruction in the capital city of Ivory Coast. Many people lost their life. Many people lost their loved one. Many buildings were brought down in Ivory Coast. But as we speak, the coup was not successful in Ivory Coast.
The president of Ivory Coast is being killed. Also, the army chief of Ivory Coast was shot dead after he attended a meeting in Abidjan. This is a confirmed information we got so far. The president of Ivory Coast is gone and the army chief was shot dead. What happened? The chief of defense staff went to visit the president in Abidjan, the capital of Ivory Coast, and just a few moments after visiting him, there were gunshots in Abidjan, and it was confirmed that his car was shot and he was unalived immediately, though this information is still unverified. There are also claims that their president, Alassane Ouattara, could also be unalived. There is still a lot of chaos in Abidjan, the capital city of Ivory Coast right now. Not much is being verified so far, so we are still waiting for the right communication from any of Ivorian official communication to hear if the coup was successful or not. But three major information so far is that the army chief is being killed, the president is being killed or captured, and the city is still in chaos. There is no internet access in or out of Ivory Coast in order to verify if any of this information is correct or not, but I'll still keep you updated.
The coup in Ivory Coast was not successful, this according to various sources. And today, as we are speaking, the president attended a cabinet meeting. So it seems that although there was an attempt, it was not successful, considering even the media and the internet has little information or little verifiable information about what is happening in Ivory Coast. The government has managed to hold information and to suppress any leak to the world. And other medias, including the big media, that is Al Jazeera, CNN, BBC, they have little to tell about what happened in Ivory Coast yesterday. I don't know whether even it existed, but according to that rumors, which is not verifiable, there were so many people who unarrived. And I believe that with time we are going to get information. But what we are getting up to now is that there is nothing, or the coup d'etat was not successful.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is currently a coup going on in Ivory Coast right now. My sources just informed me about what is going on in Ivory Coast. The president, Alassane Ouattara, is nowhere to be found at the moment. Nothing is working. Internet services are off in Ivory Coast as we speak. Now remember that it was Ivory Coast that gave USA a chance to come and attack Burkina Faso recently. We are monitoring what is going on in Ivory Coast. But if this is another case of foreign sponsorship of coup in Africa, we are going to resist it with the whole of our power. Yes, but if this is one of the revolutions that we are waiting for in Africa, then so be it. And we hope that what we are hoping will be the hope of our hope. You understand what we're saying? But then Nigeria won.
So there was a coup in Ivory Coast, or should I say coup attempt, because unfortunately it did not go through. They did not succeed. And now that the president of Ivory Coast has gone missing, France have sent a battalion of soldiers to go fetch him. And all I have to say is, you're better off finding a noodler, because he's probably in one of them catfish holes. That is...
Good morning, my people. So this morning, someone drew my attention to something that happened yesterday, allegedly. So according to the information, there was a coup, yes, in Côte d'Ivoire, that is Ivory Coast. And according to the information, they say the president is missing and the network, was shut down in the country. Coup in Ivory Coast and internet connection has been cut off. Breaking news, there's a coup currently taking place in Ivory Coast. The people have taken to the streets with the support of the army and are demanding regime change, effective immediately. The people have had enough and change is inevitable. We don't need democracy in Africa, we need revolution. So believe me, almost all the countries in Africa right now are clamoring for what? Revolution. You may want to ask yourself this question, why are they clamoring for revolution? They are clamoring for revolution because we have bad leaders in almost all the African states. Yes, the democracy we have in Africa is not democracy, it is democracy, because many of the leaders are crazy. If you check them, you go no say, these people no really get sense. If they forget sense, therefore no say, they go take their citizens as priority and they go make sure say they rule well. So that is what, we are getting this money. So if you have more information concerning, the coup in Côte d'Ivoire, you can let me know in the comment section and I'm going to talk about it, right? The truth is, we don't have leaders in Africa in many of the countries. We have politicians in Agbada. Like I always tell you, politics is not supposed to be a business opportunity. It is supposed to be a cause to serve. But all we get in Africa is what? The opposite. Let's not stop fighting for good governance because the future of our children lies in our own hands. If we allow these people to destroy, the generation that we are trying to build, then many of us are still going to live in pain, even when we grow old, because your children will come and face the same thing I'm facing right now. And then some of us, it's not as if we are not doing well. Yes, I'm okay. I'm doing well and I'm going to do super well. But we keep coming out to voice out because we want a change in Africa. If you want good governance, whenever you watch this kind of video, share the video and don't forget to follow for more updates. Let's continue in this way. And I believe you, one day, someday, we might be having a better continent because these politicians, we must speak to their mind so that we can have a better continent. As we speak right now, one of the only president that people are vouching for in Africa is the president of Burkina Faso, the military president. They used to lie to us that when military come to power, they'll suspend the newspaper, they'll suspend the media, and they will be ruling, in an autocratic manner where nobody can oppose them. But what we are getting right now is a different thing. Even the military head of state are even more better than what we call democracy today. What do you think about, the situation of protesting?
The army force was killed and other military who were participating in the coup attack were killed. But the question is, where is the president of Ivory Coast, Alassane Ouattara? Most information Some of the information we found from different sources is that he has been killed, he has been kidnapped, or he has hidden. So whenever you have any information, you can just drop your comment and tell us, where is Alassane Ouattara? Just is the question. We've had other information that he has been seen chairing cabinet after the coup attack, but we've not got any full information. That's why we are just asking here as the fraternity of Van TV Media. In case you have any information, you can just drop a comment and tell us what is your information about. Is he alive or he has been unalive? Because other people are saying that he is unalive. You see, most of the African people are eager to see the failure of this president of Ivory Coast. Because you remember, the president of Ivory Coast is the man who is behind and is the enemy of Ibrahim Traore, is the man who is the behind of all the assassination that are taking place to the president of Burkina Faso, whereby Ouattara is the man being used by Macron, is the man being used by the West people to oppress the West people, is the man who used to give a threat to the president who are against the West people. So most of the African people are eager to see and are praying to God that this president Alassane Ouattara to be taken out of an office, is supposed to quit office, is supposed to be overthrown from the office. That's why we are eager to know the full information on where the guy is. So in case you have any information, you can just drop out the information, and guys, we will be appreciating. And if you have not subscribed to our channel, we will be following up all the stories that will be taking in West, East, South, and North Africans, and the rest of the world will be informing you. Meanwhile, in case you have any information, in case you know what is happening, you can just give a comment and tell us what clue do you have about Ivory Coast. We are eager to see, we are eager to know the full information. Is it true the coup was successful? Is it true the coup that was there in Ivory Coast was not successful? We are here to know, and you are the one who you can just drop a comment and tell us what is all about the issue. And guys, remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. I'm your boy here, Victor Jumba, the CEO of Van TV Media.
Hello and welcome to Van TV Media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends to get daily updates.